Why Stevie keeps saying that Ramos isn't world class?
How many times am I going to
He's
say
won
that?
4 Champions League, a World Cup, Euros, La Liga. Yet Stevie doesn't consider him world class.
He's not world
according
class.
to him, Van Dijk is world class by just winning a single Champions League.
Right. I'll repeat this for the 3,000th time. When you've got two... Listen, defending is about decision making.
Right.
Right? Ultimately. Because when it's past you, they're on the goalkeeper. So you have to be cool. You have to be controlled. Now, when you say cool and controlled, does that remind you of Ramos? How do you get
But
200...
clearly he has been cool and controlled, or else he wouldn't have won all of
How do you get
this.
260...
Well, he didn't win them.
But they didn't carry him, did they?
Well, you know...
He was a key part of their success.
Hold on. You're snashing over the main point.
Snashing,
If
that's
you're
not a
cool,
word.
if you're cool, calm, collected, and in control,
Yes.
you don't get 262 yellow cards and 26 red cards. It's the complete opposite of cool, calm, and in control.
But isn't that just part of his DNA?
And by the way, in order to get so many yellow cards, it means you have to foul people, which means either they've beaten you or you're in the wrong position to start with.
So he's lucky.
which part
Is
of
he
this
lucky
whole
to have
thing
won
I've
all of
just
these
said-
things? All these things? Is he just
Well, maybe-
lucky?
maybe-
I'm not saying he's not a good player.
Maybe he's fortunate
I
to
never
be on
said
great
that.
teams.
But you don't just rock up and you're lucky to come in, are you?
Explain the 262 yellows then, Dan,
Just
please.
part of him, isn't it?
Oh, part of him. And by the way, that part of him is not world class.
But
there you go.
It's a CV that you can't argue against. Well, I don't understand why it would rile you up.
Well, listen, if you don't think what I've just told you makes any difference, then I'm wasting my time.
I think it's just part of who he is, isn't it, as a player?
But that's 262 yellows and 26 red cards. There's somebody who's got red mist coming through his ears and in his brain. What part of that is world class?
Well, it doesn't matter if you've won everything that he has, surely. What would you prefer,
I'm not
Steve?
gonna-
What would you prefer?
I
His
can't
CV
argue with you.
Would you prefer his CV, or would you have preferred to have won him less?
Listen, I've never said anything was wrong with his CV,
Right.
and I've told you he's a good player. I'm just telling you, he's not a world class player.
It'd be interesting to know how many yellow cards and red cards somebody like Paolo Maldini would have had.
Yeah.
Because I would consider him
World class.
a world-class somebody in the art of defending, amongst others.
Do you know who might know that?
Maybe Gab will be able to tell me roughly.
I don't know. I'm sure it's a lot less than Sergio Ramos, who I think is one of the top 3 in the history of football, maybe even top 2 by this stage. Like, you're setting the bar kind of high with Maldini from that perspective, but could it not be that Sergio Ramos is just an incredibly atypical defender, and he brings so many other attributes to the table that, from Real Madrid's perspective, they more than make up for the fact that he gives away yellow and red cards, and sometimes his positioning isn't what it should be, and he gambles too much and is rash and whatever. But on balance, all the other attributes make him a world-class player.
Hold on. So part of the remit for being a world class player is being rash and overextending yourself
No,
and
it's
making
not.
poor decisions. I mean, come on,
Wait.
Gab. Come on, Gab.
No, but Stevie,
Seriously.
you must have played. You must have played with guys who maybe were one-footed, or who maybe had something that there was maybe something very basic that they just couldn't do particularly well, but then they could do other things so well that the manager always had them in the lineup, because the good things that they did far outweighed their weaknesses. Right? It's part of football. Maybe this is what Sergio Ramos is.